I'd like to welcome you all here on behalf of Charles and Amy, and thank you for being here as we join these two special people together in marriage. Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Our mother and I do.
Excellent. Marriage has origins thousands of years ago with God. In Genesis 2, it says, "And the Lord God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a companion who will help him." So the Lord God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. He took one of Adam's ribs and closed up the place from which he had taken it. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib and brought her to Adam. "At last," Adam exclaimed. Charles and Amy, your day has finally arrived. It may not be exactly how you planned it, but the most important part of today remains the same. You two are going to be united into one. And before we go any further, I want you to take a moment and turn around and look at all those who have gathered here today to celebrate with you. A healthy marriage is about two people coming together as one, but it also, at times, will need the support from the couple's community and family. We are all here because we are that family and community to Amy and Charles. Their love is a source of strength with which they may nourish not only each other, but also the world around them. And in turn, we, their community, have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we can support their marriage and their new family they are creating today. Will you, who are present here today, surround Charles and Amy in love, offering them the joys of your friendship and supporting them in their marriage? If so, respond, "We will."
We will.
You may all be seated. Charles and Amy, it's with such great joy that I stand up with you here today. Charles, ever since the day you were born, we have shared some epic times together. From playing basketball and capture the flag in the neighborhood, to camping trips at Lake Billy Chinook and times out on the boat. But being able to stand up here today and share Amy's special day with the two of you beats them all. Amy, these last couple of years, I have gotten to know you and how such a kind and caring person you are. You are so selfless and supportive, and I couldn't be happier to have you as a sister. And I can't wait to watch you and Charles's relationship grow. I'm sure you all know that Charles and Amy met in college at Gonzaga, but you may not have known they met during a service project working with families transitioning out of houselessness and abusive relationships. During this time, they would spend time with the children, playing games and doing crafts and just showing them genuine love. Charles, to no surprise, was all of the kids' favorite. It all makes sense now that he's a fourth grade teacher, and a darn good one. Charles first realized how amazing Amy was as they were playing with these kids each week, and they bonded very quickly over taking care of these children. Charles was very consistent in showing up with these kids each and every week, and always continued to serve them well. Amy took notice of this in his caring heart. Now, there is some discrepancy what Charles and Amy consider their first date. Depending on who you ask, their first date was either a big success or a big flop. From Amy's perspective, their first date was at Fred Meyer's buying supplies for one of their times at Transitions home. Charles, you weren't awkward there, and Amy thought you did an okay job. From Charles's perspective, their first date was at Red Robin. Charles was extremely nervous because he really liked Amy. The whole dinner he was super quiet and barely talked. Amy had to work really hard just to keep the conversation going. He dropped Amy off after dinner with an awkward hug, no kiss, and went home cursing himself the whole way, thinking he had blown it. Later that evening, he texted Amy apologizing for his and they hung out all night, even though Amy had a test the next day, which ended up being her only F ever.
Oh.
Ever since that night, things have clicked, and both of them have fallen more and more in love with one another, which brings us here today. Next, we have a poem from Amy's brother, Charlie.
If you would face each other and hold each other's hands. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other, today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children. These are the hands that will help you to hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you the strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that, even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Thanks, Charlie. Next, we have a passage of love from 1 Corinthians. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, it always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. I pray that all of these things hold true through your long life together. Charles and Amy have come together today, choosing each other above all others, and committing your lives together, and choosing to move forward in this life as one. Today, I want to share with you 3 foundational pillars of a healthy marriage. Marriage is a covenant. By God's design, it is a relationship where 2 people choose each other, pledging themselves to one another until death. Marriage is not a contractual partnership based on performance clauses, but a covenant relationship based upon mutual love and respect. In a covenant relationship, you pledge to love and respect the other person regardless of what the other person does or says. It is unconditional and for a lifetime. Second, marriage is about oneness. The world talks about togetherness, 2 people moving in the same direction towards one common goal. In Ecclesiastes 4, it says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. Again, if 2 lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? The one man may be overpowered, another 2 can withstand him. And 3, marriage is about submission. You both know that life does not center around you alone, as I know both of you have a desire to help others. As your relationship has grown, you have learned to yield your rights and privileges to submission to each other. Submission is a willful, intelligent choice of yielding your natural instincts in favor of demonstrating authentic love. Charles, yielding is choosing to put Amy before yourself, and Amy, yielding is choosing to put Charles before yourself. When couples do this, they can experience a little bit of heaven on earth. But it always begins with a choice, and the choice of love is always yours. As you know, Charles and Amy, I asked each of you to share with me some of the things that you loved about the other person. Before we move into your vows, I now want to share with you what the other person wrote. My prayer is that each anniversary you bring these out as a reminder of today. First, Amy, let's hear what Charles has to say on why he loves you. She's the most selfless person that I know and is always thinking about how she can help others. She is trustworthy and has been fully committed to growing our relationship. She can always put a smile on my face. She makes me a better person. She is supportive of me in all of my hobbies, even when I bring sand into the house after a picnic. She is a champ when it comes to adventures and never backs away from trying something new. She has a great relationship with her family. She's my best friend and one of the only people I truly feel myself around. Now, Charles, let's hear what Amy has to say on why she loves you. He has a genuine desire to do the right thing and be there for people. There is never a question about loyalty. He gives 100% to me and our relationship. You make me feel loved every day. Life with you will always be adventurous. He always builds me up and feel more confident about myself. He is such a passionate person about whatever he chooses to do. He's excited about life and wants to live life to the fullest. I love his calm demeanor, his goofy side, and then he has so many interests. There are a lot of things that make me and keep me in love with him. Now it is your turn to pledge your love for each other. Charles and Amy have both chose to write their own vows, and so they're going to share those with us. Charles is going to go first. Keep breath. Let me check the right one. Yes, you're welcome.
Whew. All right. Amy Elizabeth Fowler. I feel like the luckiest man in the world getting to stand next to you here today. Who would have thought that a simple trip to Fred Meyer to pick up craft supplies and having you listen to Jake Owen's banger, American Country Love Song, would lead us here today? When I first laid my eyes upon you and saw you giggling and attempting handstands with the kids at transitions, I knew that you were something special. However, little did I know that you would end up being my forever. Throughout the last 4.5 years, you have filled my life with more joy than I ever thought was possible. I love you and will continue to love you for everything that you are. You're the most thoughtful person I have ever met, and I couldn't ask for a better partner to take on life with. I am forever grateful for your sense of humor and ability to cheer me up when I am down. I love that you have always accepted me for who I am, even if that means I am constantly messing up song lyrics or talking about the wind. To me, our goofiness around one another is more than just being silly, but it signifies the authentic love and trust that we have in each other. You're my best friend, biggest supporter, and the best adventure partner I could ever ask for. I can't wait to take on each and every day with you by my side and call you my wife. As we commit our lives together, I vow that I will never take our time together for granted. Because no words can describe my love for you, I promise to show you for the rest of my life how much I love you. I vow to always listen to you, respect you, and be faithful to you. When life gets hard, I promise to constantly support you and your dreams. In sickness and in health, I promise to always care for both you and our families. And when our own family eventually begins to grow, I promise to be the best husband and father that I can be, and to always put my family first, even if that means a little less kiteboarding. When challenges do arise, I promise that we will always lean on each other and work together as a team. I vow to always love you for who you are and not push you to be something that you're not. Lastly, no matter what each day brings, I promise to always say I love you and give you your daily cuddles before falling asleep. Amy, this is my vow to you, and from this day forward, I will always be yours.
Amy, your turn.
Charles, I love you so much, and I'm just so lucky that I get to be the person. Be the person. Standing up here, Mary. From the moment I met you, I wanted to spend more time with you. And the more I got to know you, I knew you were the person I wanted to spend my days with. Share my heart with, and experience life with. I realized I love you standing on top of a waterfall you made me scale and float. Life with you would never be boring. There would never be a shortage of beautiful views, and no matter where you or life took us, you would keep me safe and have a smile on your face. Loving you is the easiest part of my day. You have the patience of a saint with me, your kids, and in tough situations. Your calm demeanor and attitude grounds me in a way only you can and allows me to see what's true. You know who you are, you know what and who you love, and you dedicate your time to those things and people. Because of that, you live a life full of joy and have brought so much joy to me. I love how you dance around the house. Always kiss me under our earbud messages. How you help me fall asleep when I can't. And when you sing to me in the morning, you just are the day. It's moments like these that make every day with you so special. So, as we begin our life together as husband and wife, I promise to continue to build upon the trust that we have and be by your side fully and faithfully. I promise to learn to be as patient with you as you are with me. I promise to embrace and live each day fully and in the moment with you. To celebrate our wins, big and small, and to approach any obstacle as a chance to grow
Make sure I'm on the right page here. All right. Charles, if you're committed to uphold the following statement, please respond with I do. Charles, do you solemnly agree before God and these witnesses to take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife, to love and respect her, honor and cherish her in health and in sickness, in prosperity and in adversity, and leaving all others to keep yourself only unto her, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Amy, if you are committed to uphold the following statement, please respond with I do. Amy, do you solemnly agree before God and these witnesses to take this man to be your lawful wedded husband, to love and respect him, honor and cherish him in health and in sickness, in prosperity and in adversity, and leaving all others to keep yourself only unto him, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Charles, please repeat these vows to Amy. Amy, I stand here today
Amy, I stand here today
to pledge to you my life.
to pledge to you my life.
Today I promise
Today I promise
to strengthen and encourage you,
to strengthen and encourage you,
to support your hopes and dreams,
to support your hopes and dreams,
to share my life openly and completely with you,
to share my life openly and completely with you,
to forgive you and ask for forgiveness from you,
to forgive you and to ask for forgiveness from you,
to cherish and respect you,
to cherish and respect you,
to always choose you regardless of our circumstances.
to always choose you regardless of our circumstances.
Amy, now please repeat these vows to Charles. Charles, I stand here today
Charles, I stand here today
to pledge my life to you.
to pledge my life to you.
Today I promise
Today I promise
to strengthen and encourage you,
to strengthen and encourage you,
to support your hopes and dreams,
to support your hopes and dreams,
to share my life openly and completely with you,
to share my life openly and completely with you,
to forgive you and ask for forgiveness from you,
to forgive you and to ask forgiveness from you,
to cherish and respect you,
to cherish and respect you,
to always choose you regardless of our circumstances.
to always choose you regardless of our
And I believe we have rings to further seal these vows. So wedding rings serve as a symbol of the vows you have just spoken. They are the outward and visible sign of an inward and invisible love that binds your hearts together. As they are the finest of earth's value, so your love is of the richest of spiritual values. As rings are without edge or seam, they have no beginning and no end. So they are a symbol of the perfection of a love that will not end. Charles, please place the ring upon Amy's finger and repeat after me. As a pledge of my love
As a pledge of my love
and my commitment to you,
and my commitment to you,
with this ring I thee wed.
with this ring I thee wed.
Amy, place the ring on Charles's finger and repeat after me. As a pledge of my love
as a pledge of my love
and my commitment to you,
and my commitment to you,
with this ring I thee wed.
with this ring I do.
Charles, I want to thank you and Amy again for letting me be part of your special day. Now, by the authority committed to me as a minister of God with the Universal Life Church in the state of Washington, I declare that Charles and Amy are now husband and wife according to the law of the state. Charles, you may kiss your beautiful bride. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you for the first time ever, Mr. and Mrs. Charles and Amy Wenzel.
I can't reach.